We're going to start seated on our mats. Feel your sit bones anchoring down evenly. Soften the shoulders and let the crown of your head reach up towards the ceiling, seeing if you can feel some more length in your spine. Focus on deepening the breath, letting the length of your inhales and your exhales to match. After your next exhale, roll off the block, come into a tabletop and tuck the toes under and sink down onto your heels, stretching the bottoms of the feet. Left arm comes up and we're going to pull the left fingers back with the right hand, getting a nice stretch into that left forearm. Really press the heel of that left hand away from you. And then we'll switch, pulling the fingers down, getting a stretch on the top of the forearm. Just gently pulling the fingers towards you. Right hand, pressing the fingers back with the left hand, pressing the heel of the hand away from you, and then pointing the fingertips down, getting a stretch on the top, gently pulling the fingertips towards you. On an exhale, release the hands down, release the toes. You can roll out the ankles and then tops of feet on your mat. Sit back on your heels again. Inhale, arms up in line with the shoulders. Make a tight fist and then counter that by really spreading the fingers wide. So actively and strongly spreading the fingers. We'll do this about 30 times. So squeeze, make a tight fist, and then extend the fingers away. Trying to keep the hands in the same line as the shoulders. So noticing if the hands start to raise up above the shoulders or start to descend below. After about 30 repetitions, we're going to pick up the pace. So squeezing and opening the hand a little bit faster for 30 more repetitions. Still keeping the integrity of the movement. So really squeezing the fist in tight and then really spreading the fingers actively. Seeing if you can begin to feel a nice subtle pump in the forearms. And then you can gently release, roll out the shoulders, come forward on the hands again. Bring the right forearm palm face up onto your mat, and then bring the right knee onto the forearm and use the knee to just gently massage the forearm. So massage the forearm muscle. This is also something that's great to do between climbs when you notice that the forearm is starting to get pumped. We'll switch sides, left palm face up, bring the left knee in, massage the forearm. So moving up and down, so from the elbow down to the wrist and back up again. Now we're going to make our way into a tabletop, knees under the hips or slightly back, and we're going to come onto the knuckles instead of the palms of the hands. On an inhale, we're going to inhale right arm up and left leg up, extending the fingers on the inhale, and then exhale, elbow to knee as you make a fist. So flowing with your own breath, inhale as you extend, exhale as you hug everything in. Really focus on staying balanced between the left knuckles and the right knee. This helps us begin to work into our wrist stability. On an exhale, release the right knuckles to the mat and we'll switch sides. So left arm comes up on the inhale, exhale as you squeeze in. Making sure to really make a tight fist as you exhale, the elbow towards the knee, and really extend the fingers in front of you on each inhale. Squeezing in towards the core of your body on each exhale. We'll do one more inhale and exhale, and then release the hand down. We're going to stretch into the forearms again. Fingertips point towards the knees. We'll take an inhale here and exhale as you sink the hips back. Inhale as you come forward and exhale, sink the hips back. So you can keep the palms down if you'd like to keep the stretch in the forearm. If you'd like, you can sink down a little bit deeper, allow the heels of your hands to lift to get into the flexors. On your next exhale, just hold. Do let the hips sink back. Inhale, come forward. We're going to tuck the toes under and see if you can begin to lift the knees off of your mat. You can stay here, or if you feel comfortable, see if you can begin to pedal out the feet, coming into a down dog variation with our fingers pointing towards our toes. And if you feel really comfortable, cautiously see if you can begin to sink both heels down towards the floor. Make sure that you don't feel any pain. On an exhale, bringing the knees down, releasing the hands, roll out the wrists, and shake out the hands, releasing the forearms in whatever way feels nice. We're going to come back into our tabletop, tuck the toes under, this time coming into our regular down dog. You can pedal out the feet here again if you'd like. Feel the inner biceps as they roll up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades firm down the back. Feel a nice stretch in the backs of the legs as the heels reach down and the hips reach up. On an exhale, look up between the hands and take a big step up to the top of your mat, inhaling into your flat back, looking up. Exhale, surrender forward. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, surrender. And inhale and exhale, surrender. You can take a deep bend in the knees, and we're going to slide the palms of the hands underneath the soles of the feet. So tops of the hands are down. Slide your toes all the way up to the wrists. And see if you can begin to sway a little forward and back, side to side. See if you can give a little massage on the wrists with your toes. Giving a massage on the palm of the hand as you shift your weight from side to side. And then we'll release the hands just slightly so that the balls of our feet come onto the fingers. And again, rocking from side to side, allowing the weight of our body on our fingers to massage them. And then gently release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, surrender forward. And then we'll take an inhale, reaching our fingertips all the way up, coming to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go through our 2 rounds of sun salutation. A. On an inhale, reaching the fingertips up, and exhale as you surrender forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, stepping back with the right, then the left into your chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale into your down dog. 3 breaths here. Trying to create length in your spine. Exhale as you hug the right knee in towards the chest and then step it forward. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, surrender. Inhale, arms reach all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Very good. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, widen through the collarbone, and exhale, left foot steps back into your plank. Exhaling all the way down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale into your down dog. And again, 3 breaths. On the exhale, hugging that left knee in towards your chest and then stepping it through. Stepping up to the top of your mat, inhale into your flat back and exhale, surrender forward. Inhale, fingertips reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Second round. Inhale, exhale, surrender forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping back with the right, then the left. Keep the elbows hugging in as you lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale into your down dog. On an exhale, hug that right knee in towards your chest, coming up high on the toes, stepping forward. Inhale to your flat back and exhale. Inhale, arms reach up, finding nice length in the sides of the body. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale into your flat back, stepping back with the left. Exhale as you lower all the way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale back into your down dog as the hips reach up and back. Hollow out the lower belly. Exhale, knee to chest, stepping through. Inhale into your flat back and exhale. Inhale, arms reach all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. We're going to take a step back with the right foot, coming into a warrior one stance. We're going to come into our Parshvottanasana, our pyramid pose. Keep that left hip pulling back. Feet are grounding down. On an inhale, reach the chest forward, the crown of head forward, into a flat back position, and on an exhale, surrender the hands down onto blocks or the mat. Keep the outer edge of that right foot grounding down. You can keep a micro bend in the knees. Kneecaps are actively pulling up, legs are scissoring together. See if you can walk the hands behind you and get the fingertips to point towards your right toes. And then bring the hands to the hips and hinge yourself back up. We'll rotate the toes 180 degrees so we come to turn facing the back of our mat. Square the hips. So use the right hand to pull that left hip back. On an inhale, hinge forward as you've reached the crown of head away. And exhale, surrendering forward, bringing the hands down to your mat or your blocks. Making sure to keep pressure on the outer edge of that back foot. If it's available to you, see if you can begin to walk the hands, fingertips facing behind you. See if you can walk the hands back. Scissor the legs together. Pull up on the kneecaps. Make sure that you don't create any hyperextension in the knee. Hands come to your hips. Inhale as you hinge back up. Rotate the toes so that they're facing the side of your mat and just come to standing. We're going to come into some nice finger stretches. We're going to start with the right hand. We're going to bring the palm face up, grab the thumb from underneath and gently pull the thumb back. Press the heel of the hand away from you and the rest of the fingers are active. We'll switch to the pointer finger, gently pulling the pointer finger back. The remaining 4 fingers are active, heel pressing away. Then switching to the middle. Notice if the fingers want to curl in, keep them actively straight. And then to the ring finger. And then finally to the pinky finger. And then we can release, shake out the hands, moving to the left side, palm faces up. Right hand comes from underneath to grab the thumb, gently pull it towards you, pressing the heel of the hand away. Fingers are straight. And then moving to the pointer. And then to the middle finger. Press the heel of the hand away, continue pressing the heel, continue to keep the finger straight, moving on to the ring finger. And then finishing off with the pinky. Exhale, release, and you can shake out the hands. We'll turn to face the front of our mats again. Bring the heels about hip width apart, toes can point out, and then sink the hips down, letting the knees follow the lines of the toes, coming into a squat. Arms come in prayer, outer arms pressing out on the inner knees, but inner knees equally pressing back. Seeing if you can also find a gentle forearm stretch here. On an exhale, you can release the hands down, walk the heels in, gently grip with the fingers, and begin to lift the hips up, pulling up with the core. Hug that the right heel in towards the right sit bone, and seeing if you can begin to lift the left foot up. Holding for a couple breaths here, feeling strong in the core, the shoulders, the wrists. Exhale as you soften down. Prepare for the left side. When you're ready, begin to shift your weight forward, lifting up through the hips, lifting up through the core, pressing the knees into the outer arms equally press back. Left heel hugs in. See if you can begin to lift those right toes and hold for a couple breaths. Seeing if you can feel almost weightless, feel all the strength coming from the core. And exhale, lower. Very good. Lower the knees down, untuck the toes, and sit back, releasing in your child's pose. Let your shoulders soften down towards your mat, and gently rock from side to side and from temple to temple. On an inhale, roll yourself up. We're going to come onto the fists and step the feet back into a plank pose. So we're essentially in a plank, but on our knuckles instead of our palms. On your next inhale, shift the weight forward and then begin to lower slowly on the exhale, pausing once the shoulders are in line with the elbows, and then lowering down. Keep yourself as you are. And then on an inhale, press yourself back up into Chaturanga Dandasana. So lifting shoulders in line with the elbows, exhale, release. Inhale again, exhale, release. Inhale, press up, exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, and inhale and hold in Chaturanga. And then exhale, release. Release the hands, bring the palms down, and again, press the hips back into a child's pose, but keep the arms straight, fingers active, super straight. So really pressing out through each fingertip. On an inhale, roll yourself back up, bring your palms by your side, and just press the fingertips down into the floor for a breath. Release, swing the legs forward, and bring the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. Left leg extends straight. Ground evenly through your sit bones, moving a bit of the flesh away from the sit bones if you'd like. Square yourself over the extended leg. Inhale, palms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. You can use a strap here if you can't reach the foot. Holding here for a couple breaths, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the left leg. Left leg is active, so toes are flexed. Leg is engaged. Inhale, gently release. And we'll switch sides, extending right leg, bringing sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Feeling grounded. Squaring ourselves over that extended leg. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, using a strap or grabbing onto the foot if you can reach. Reaching the crown of your head towards the top of your foot. Toes are actively pulling back. so foot is flexing and the entire right leg is engaged. Inner belly hollows out. Feel the core sucking the femur into its socket. Exhale, release. Bring yourself to laying on your mat. Hug the knees in and gently rock from side to side. Then let yourself roll to the right side, coming into your reclined twist. Inhale, left arm up and over. Looking over that left shoulder if it's comfortable for your neck. Allowing yourself to just soften. Inhale, arm back up and over. Exhale as you rock back onto your back, rolling onto the left side. Inhale, right arm up, and exhale as you twist open towards the right, looking over that shoulder if it feels comfortable. Letting your shoulders slowly soften down with each exhale. And on your next inhale, releasing, rolling back onto the back, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Bringing the hands onto your knees and just letting them roll in small circles. And then going in the opposite direction. And one last time, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And then on an exhale, release the legs down, coming into your Shavasana. And then your arms come out to your sides. Allow the shoulder blades to soften down the back. Surrender the weight of your body completely. Soften any tension that exists anywhere in the body, including the face, so softening the jaw, the tongue, and the eyebrows. Seeing if you can feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper into your mat with each exhale. Begin to let your head gently rock from side to side. Deepen the breath and bring some movement to the fingers and the toes. On an inhale, reach the fingertips up, getting a nice stretch from the fingertips to the balls of the feet. And on the exhale, soften. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and roll to your right side and pause here for a breath. On an inhale, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart center, softening the shoulders, letting the eyes softly close, taking a moment to thank yourself for taking the time to practice today and to set the intention to stay committed to your practice. And thank you for letting me guide you today. Namaste.